All right, Reddit user Hassenhoff uh, was asking about keeping his turns tighter. I think he's doing the Bardwell Learn to Fly FPV for Beginners playlist, which is an awesome playlist. So his turns that I saw look like this. We're coming down the end of the road. We're going to turn around and go on this road, and we're drifting too wide. Other direction, same thing. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna do like a U-turn, like a car would, and now we're going wider than we should, and we have to correct back. So how do we make it tighter? So my advice is threefold. One, I land to talk. One, keep a tight reference in the center of your view. Um, so instead of trying to carve like an imaginary path along an imaginary road to do a U-turn, keep a tight reference. And I'll show that first. We're going to use a little more coordinated input so y'all unroll together. We're going to use a little more of each in order to turn a little tighter. And then we're also going to counteract our quad's momentum by using a little more throttle and compensating with pitch. So in order, first, this is what it should look like. Just look at the reference. So I'm going to use this end pillar thing here, or like the center column of the tunnel is my reference. And I want that in the middle of the screen throughout the turn until I finish executing the turn. If we use that's as opposed to trying to fly along some imaginary path and ending up drifting out to the side. If we use more coordinated input, we'll turn faster. And then what's going to happen is because of momentum, we're still going to drift a little bit out to the side. And I'm exaggerating it, but so in order to counteract that, we need more thrust toward our reference, toward that center point of our curve. And so we're going to increase our throttle. But if we do that without changing anything else, so we're coordinating and we're increasing our throttle and we're rising. So what we need to do to compensate for the extra throttle is pitch forward a little bit. And it's actually easier to see this if you're going straight. I should go the other direction too. One other thing is turn earlier. So one thing I noticed in the video was Hassenhoff, you're going all the way through this straight and then turning. We want to start our turn because we have to counteract momentum. I'm going to start my turn at this notch thing in the tunnel. The second one as I'm passing through. So starting here, right? You start earlier. And then, yeah, we're going to add throttle, but we're going to pitch forward to compensate for the added throttle. So you can see this easily in straight and level flight. If I just increase my throttle, I go up. But if I increase my pitch to compensate for the amount of throttle I'm adding, I can keep the same level. And I'm adding more thrust in basically effectively the same direction, or I'm keeping my kind of visual path the same height by adding pitch while I add throttle. And it's good to practice that for muscle memory without the turn, to get a feel for like, okay, if I move the throttle this much, I have to add this much pitch to keep my level. And backing off, same thing, because you do have to come out of that. So when you do that, you are going to have to always, when you coordinate a turn, you're going to end up needing to pitch back because coordinating turns will actually pitch you down. So when we're adding forward pitch to compensate for using extra throttle, we need to also pitch back when we're completed the maneuver. So that's the things I would work on, Hassenhoff, to tighten up those turns. And make sure you do something I haven't really been doing in this video, which is practice your turns both directions. Everybody has a direction of like pretty much every trick that they're better at. It's important early on to practice in both directions. You can see my left turns are cleaner than my right turns. It's also hard to talk and fly. I really don't know how people usually do that. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, both directions. and hopefully that helps.